Hello students, I am Nakul. Welcome to the video tutorial of Android application development. Today we are going to discuss some basic introductions of Android and its architecture. So let us discuss today's agenda. First, we are going to see what is Android. Then we are going to discuss about the most important concept of Android application development, that is Android architecture. So let us start with its definition. When we are talking about Android, the first question arises, is Android a programming language or operating system? So let me clear this question first. So the definition of Android is a mobile platform which consists of three different things: operating system, middleware, and key applications. Linux kernel is used as operating system in Android. Then this middleware contains two different things. Those are Android framework and libraries. So this is all about basic introduction of Android. Now we are going to see its architecture. As you can see here, this figure shows the architecture of Android. As you can see, there are total 5 different layers available in Android architecture. First is Linux kernel, then libraries, then Android runtime, then application framework, and at the top we have key application, which is known as applications as well. So let us start with the bottommost layer of Android architecture, that is Linux kernel. Linux kernel is the basic and bottommost layer of Android architecture. Linux kernel provides the core services including hardware drivers, process management, memory management, security, network management, power management, and many more. The kernel also provides abstraction layer between hardware and software. For an example, consider the camera function. All Android devices have camera, so a kernel must include a camera driver to communicate with hardware camera. So this is all about Linux kernel. Now, after this Linux kernel, we are going to see libraries. Libraries are nothing but some logical group or some logical instruction that we want to give to kernel to perform several actions. There are many types of libraries available in Android, such as Surface Manager, OpenGL, SGL, Media Framework, FreeType, SQLite, and so on. Now these all libraries are developed in native languages, that is C and C++. So these libraries are also known as native libraries. Now the next layer is Android runtime. Android runtime consists of Dalvik virtual machine and core Java libraries. Android runtime is an engine that powers your application along with the native libraries. So let us discuss this Dalvik virtual machine and core libraries one by one. Let us start with Dalvik virtual machine. So this is how DVM works in Android. First, our Java compiler compiles our Java code to .class file. Then DVM takes this .class file as input and generate a new file as an output, that is .dex file. Now this .dex file is known as Dalvik executable file. This .dex file is going to convert .apk file, and this apk file is work as executable file for your Android platform. So this is all about DVM. Now let us talk about core libraries. These libraries are used to implement Java SE and Java ME libraries. These core libraries are implemented in Java language. So this is all about Android runtime. Now let us move to the next layer, that is application framework. The application framework provides the classes used to create Android applications. It is also provide a generic abstraction for hardware access and manage the user interface and application resources. There are some important components of application framework. First is Activity Manager. Activity Manager is used to manage activity lifecycle of a single application. Next is Content Provider, which is used to manage the data sharing between applications. Then we have Telephony Manager, which is used to manage all voice calls. That means Telephony Manager is used when we want to access voice call in our application. Then we have Resource Manager, which is used to manage the various types of resources we are used in our application. Next is Location Manager, which is used to manage location using GPS or a cell tower. And the last layer of Android architecture is application layer. In this layer, we have some built-in applications like when you purchase a new mobile phone, which have some built-in apps such as contact app, phone app, browser, and so on. This application layer is also known as user developed application layer. So this is all about Android architecture. Now let us discuss some important questions regarding this tutorial. First question is, how many layers are available in Android architecture? Then second question, which layer is working as an abstraction layer between hardware and software? Then third question is, which programming language is used to develop native libraries? Fourth question, explain DVM in Android. And the last question is, which Android component is used to manage Android activity lifecycle? So students, this is it for today's video. Thank you for watching this video. Keep learning, stay happy.